Well, hey there, everybody. I'm Ryan Chow. I'm the president of Trails Conservancy. And it's my honor to be here to launch the Warrior Expedition across the Great American Rail Trail. So we have 7 veterans, 7 heroes who are starting today and are going to travel across the country over 3,700 miles, 12 states and the District of Columbia, from a journey from Washington, D.C. all the way to the Pacific Ocean. Really exciting, really happy for you all. I've done little parts of the Great American Rail Trail, never the whole thing, and I can't imagine the journey you have ahead of you. We're really happy that it's not raining today, which we expected, and perhaps this is a sign that it won't rain at all for your whole trip. So today is May 6th. 2 days from now will be the 6th anniversary of the start of the Great American Rail Trail project, which will be the first protected multi-use trail to span the country. It's currently 55% complete, and even now, but certainly when it's completed, it will unlock incredible health and wellness benefits for this country. In total, 50 million people, 50 million, live within 50 miles of the trail, and when complete, it will unlock 229 million annually in spending, just in spending, not to mention jobs and infrastructure and all of that. So it's something we're really proud of, and something that's taken many, many partners to make possible. I'd like to introduce, and we'll hear from some of those partners. First, we're really happy to have Barry Plans here, Senior Advisor with the U.S. Department of Transportation. He's been instrumental in funding the infrastructure that makes this project and all other forms of active transportation possible. And we have elected officials here representing both states along the routes and participants in the ride. We have, in fact, 3 riders from Virginia, and I'm really happy to introduce Representative Eugene Vindman from the 7th District of Virginia to make some remarks.
Thank you so much. So first of all, I want to thank Trails Conservancy and Warrior Expeditions for putting together this fantastic event. Frankly, I wish I had known about it, maybe taken advantage of it a couple of years ago after my first retirement, 25 years in the Army, but maybe after my second retirement I could do that. But I think this is a great opportunity. I just think back on my experience in the Army and the relationships and the bonds that are forged doing hard things, and you all are embarking on a hard journey. I mean, 3 months together, biking across the country. I suspect that some of the relationships, if you haven't gotten to know each other to this point, you're going to be forming lifelong relationships, and that's one of the things that you ought to be looking forward to. The second thing is, obviously, you're going to have a chance to see the true beauty of this country from sea to shining sea, and that's absolutely amazing. And I'm told that it's a 3-month journey, but you didn't have to do any preparation. You just get on a bike and go. That sounds like a pretty good opportunity. So look, we all know, those of us that have served, that sometimes the adjustment from service to civilian life, especially after deployments, it's a hard transition. It takes some time to decompress. It takes some time to reconnect with the rest of the world. And for those of you that have deployed overseas and are still struggling with some of those challenges, this will give you an opportunity to meditate and relax. And I mean, it's just a great mind-body experience. So I want to thank Warrior Expeditions again for putting this together. It's a great opportunity. And I also want to recognize one of my constituents. I had a chance briefly to meet Frank, who's in Stafford County, and the other Virginians. Awesome. So a special shout out to my brothers from the Commonwealth. Frank's service in the military and then setting up the Space Force, decades of hard work. I think this is a well-earned reward for some of that. So it wouldn't be possible without the support of generous donors across the country. And as somebody that also relies on donations, it's always important to thank the donors. So thank you. And I think I'll leave it at that. Congratulations to you all. I look forward to hearing the story on the back end of how this thing went, and seeing you all again. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Vindman. Yeah, plenty of stories along the way, and one thing to do is just follow social media. Great American Rail Trail, Trails Conservancy, Warrior Expeditions. You'll see what's happening with these folks all along the route over the coming months. So I also want to thank some other elected leaders who are here and have representatives. That includes staff from Senator Pete Ricketts' office out of Nebraska. Thank you for joining us. And staff from Senator Tom Tillis's office representing North Carolina, also represented among the riders here. So next I'd like to introduce Sean Gobin, who is the Executive Director of Warrior Expeditions. We just treasure this partnership, and I said when I saw Sean, we've been doing this for a number of years. This is practically my favorite day of the year, and it's because of this partnership and all it means for both organizations and for the amazing riders. So Sean, welcome, and please share a few more.
Thank you so much. So my name is Sean Gobin. I'm the founder, executive director of Warrior Expeditions. I'm also a Marine veteran. I got out of the Marines in 2012 after 2 combat deployments to Iraq and 1 to Afghanistan. And so when I got out of the Marines in 2012, after returning home from Afghanistan, I thru-hiked the Appalachian Trail all the way from Georgia to Maine. And that experience, I can attest, saved my life. It gave me the time and space to decompress from my wartime experiences. I did it with a Marine I was deployed with, so having that camaraderie as I went through the journey to talk about what we had gone through and what we were going to do on the civilian side was impactful. And then all the people I met along the way helped to reestablish that basic faith in humanity that I had lost as a result of 3 combat tours. So at the end of my journey in 2012, I had the epiphany of, well, this was incredibly therapeutic for me. I wonder if it would be for other veterans. And I wonder if other veterans would, after getting out, would want to put on a pack or ride a bike for thousands of miles through the wilderness. And apparently there's a lot that want to do that. So I founded Warrior Expeditions, and we started on the Appalachian Trail, and then we very quickly expanded to other trails. So now our bike route is the Great American Rail Trail that crosses the country from east to west. And then we also paddle the entire length of the Mississippi River from northern Minnesota all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. So I'm incredibly privileged and honored to run this organization and to meet the veterans every year, and then work with the incredible partners like the Trails Conservancy. When we first started our bike program, we were on another route that went from Virginia to Oregon that was all on the road. And then every year we were getting feedback from the veterans. They're like, yeah, that was a cool trip, but being on the road with all the traffic all day, every day for 3 months was, kind of disconcerting. And I was driving home from our bike kickoff about 5 years ago, and I saw the news alert come across my phone that a new trail had been announced, the Great American Rail Trail. That's over 50% rail trail for pedestrian and bicycle traffic only. And I was like, well, that's a no-brainer. So I immediately reached out, and the Trails Conservancy has been an amazing partner. They have shared all of their data with us as far as the routes and helped us organize community support along the way. And so because of their support, we've now put together this program, and it gets better and better every year. And if I could get out from underneath Warrior Expeditions for 3 months, I know this is going to be the next trip that I'd like to do. But, we'll have to see how that works out. But again, thank you for all the support. And I'm super excited to send our riders off today and follow your journeys as you make your way west.
We're all living vicariously through you in different ways. Last introduction I'd like to make is Congressman Tim Petrod, who is an RTC board member and is also a former representative from Wisconsin. And Tim was really instrumental in creating many of the funding programs that now fund trails, walking, and biking across the country. So Tim, thank you. Appreciate all that you've done. And in many ways, the leaders we heard from and acknowledged today are carrying forward that tradition of the importance of federal, state, local partnerships, public-private partnerships, all creating this incredible infrastructure that just makes lives better for the people who live in those communities and the people who visit them. So thank you all for your support. So it's time to get started. Let me just shout out each of the warriors. So first, Bradley Hagstrom from Chesterfield, Virginia. Raise your hand. Matthew Hoffmeister, Olympia, Washington. David Martell, Watertown, New York. John Marash, Linden, Virginia.
That's how you send them off.
There you go. Frank Nicholson, Stafford, Virginia. Michael Owens, Clayton, North Carolina. And finally, Lloyd Stevenson, Springfield, Virginia. Thank you all for your service and best wishes.
Thank you. Yeah.